CPI is down to 3%, okay? Inflation, the Consumer Prices Index, the main measure of inflation that we use. So in the recent report that was issued, I think it was on Wednesday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation for June was at just 0.2%, which gives us year over year of 3%. Now that is pretty incredible when you think that this time last year, inflation was at 9%, which is pretty crazy. There we go. Consumer Price Index. If you just scroll down, you'll actually get the numbers on the chart just a little bit further down the page. There we go. You can see 3% top right of that table, unadjusted 12-month ended June 2023. That means that inflation right now is just 1% over the 2% target. So, you know, the Fed's target is 2%. Whether you think that's right or not, I think everyone has different opinions. Yeah, we got eggs back down to $2 a dozen. I'm finding in the store recently. It used to be $7 like last year. And it's having a great effect on stocks as well, because we've seen the NASDAQ up about 30% this year, and we've seen, you know, in the last few days, stocks rising, led by tech stocks. Dow is starting to rise too. The Dow isn't up anywhere near as much as the NASDAQ, so if you're looking to get into stocks, you might want to look at the Dow rather than the NASDAQ, not financial advice. On screen now, you can see the difference between the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow. So if you don't know, NASDAQ is tech stocks. That's the index of tech stocks. So they've really led the bull run. They're up over 30%. S&P 500 is kind of in the middle there with 20-something% gain. And then looking at the Dow Industrials, they've gained, but they're the slowest gainer this year. So if I was buying some stocks, I'd probably be looking at the Dow, cycling into the Dow, because we've had a lot of gains in the NASDAQ already. Obviously, next year is an election year, right? So I think probably the government wants to have the economy stable in time for the election. I mean, Biden's going around there doing his Bidenomics tour, right? Which, you know, he's really focusing on the economy. And you can see the Fed sort of stopped raising rates recently. Now, I think they're sort of preparing to sort of have a little bit of a bull run and stabilize the economy by next year in preparation for the election, because normally someone will not get elected when there's a bad economy. So I think that could be, you know, the Fed is probably a little bit sympathetic towards Biden. Okay, I think they have been, you know, they're definitely helping him. And obviously they raised interest rates a lot this year. Some people are thinking, what are they doing? They're going too fast. But I suspect it could be raising them enough so that it can bring down inflation in time for 2024.
Inflation's 3% from 9%. I mean, the cost of money's pretty high right now. It's the highest probably in our lending lives. Me and you know, we weren't borrowing money in our teens, but everything since then, you know, this is the most expensive money I've ever seen personally. But it's normal when you think about the cost of money over the long run. It's a little bit high, but really it's about a normal rate. And I have a feeling they're going to lower the rates, the interest rates here over the course of the next 12 months when it starts getting up to that election time again.
Yeah.
So the interest rates are going to start getting lowered, and then you'll see a bit of a spike in the money. I just don't know. Really, Jerome Powell, part of me still thinks that he's going to raise them again one more time just because he's that kind of guy where he's going to go, no, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. And he raises it, 0.25% or whatever, just to stave off any potential inflationary problems. I mean, I bought eggs for $1.15 last week. I was pretty astounded.
Wow. Yeah. Me too. Boy. I got a dozen eggs in my fridge right now that I bought for $2. I'm very pleased. I was boycotting eggs because they were so expensive for a while.
I was trying to find chickens. I think next year we're going to see a great financial blossom. Inflation coming down means eventually, it'll trickle down. I mean, the job market, we still need more workers in our economy right now. We still are struggling to fill all the empty job positions. It's a matter of, how many people can we get to go to work? If you've got labor rates at $20 an hour for basic labor, that's double what it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Yeah, it's through the roof.